welcome to your pick a card. What makes you intimidating to other people? So we're gonna jump right into this. I did pre-pick the cards. I want to do some where I'm shuffling on camera, but this is just like my first time back on camera, and I wanted to just have them out. I wanted to have like a timely one to come out since I'm doing 4 piles instead of 3. So anyways, very excited. And yeah, welcome to my new abode. I don't know how much longer I'll be here, but for now, it is home, right? It's where I lay my suitcase down. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. What makes you intimidating? This is the first time that I'm going to be actually like laying them all out, because usually I'm in other places and I have to like just do it one at a time. So I'm excited because I think it'll give me just a bigger view. Sorry, it's like crazy. It's crazy town in here. We're not taking any reversals. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. What makes my pile number 1, timestamp 120? I should remember that. Should I write it down? I'm not gonna write it down. I'll remember. So we have first up hyena. Interesting. Why would people find you intimidating with hyena? Well, hyenas are very witty, right? The description in this card book, whatever the book, talks about the hyena using like sarcasm and wit to socially lubricate themselves to where they need to be. So people also, you know, it's really intimidating about, now I'm just getting it, is that there's a duality to you, that people think that they're getting one thing and they have no idea that there's another side to you. And so they think they feel like it's like a bait and switch, but it's not. You didn't engage that part. Like if they don't engage this part of you, like I could definitely, as a Gemini ascendant, I could definitely relate where people just, they don't take advantage of my good nature. But if you take advantage of my good nature, then you're gonna see a different side of me, you know? So, and I'm gonna match your energy, right? I'm not gonna go chasing after people. If you give me short, whatever energy, I'm gonna match that. And if I'm not spending time with you, whatever, you know, anyways, so this isn't about me, but I do know this. Know this energy. So this is very intimidating to people because I guess they just don't really feel, not a lot of people can back up their bark, right? They say like, oh, their bark is worse than their bite or whatever. You actually bite back. I love that. You know, it's also really, there's 2. I didn't even realize. Wow. There's 2. We have the eternal child and the mother. So I love this, or the queen, wow, that's so funny that I said the mother. Maybe just because I'm looking at these hands here. But I said that for a reason. So here we have the queen, which is like this royal, you know, or kingly, or whatever it is, royal, you know, this someone that's very, you know, elegant and very put together and polished. But then they have the eternal child that still isn't jaded, that still has the soul of a child, that still likes to do things that maybe little kids do, like sit in like a baby wading pool or whatever outside when it's hot out and splash around like a child, you know? So I think there's this really big dichotomy with you as a person, and it's really complex, and it's got a lot of layers to it, and I don't think a lot of people are used to meeting people that have different dimensions to them, and like have, you know, several interests, and have lived a life outside of like the zip code, and you know, and I'm just saying there's people that you know, live a very 3-dimensional life, like they only watch Netflix, and they go to work, and they, you know, and they don't do anything outside of what, you know, societal norm is, watching the news and just having, you know, being force-fed by the media, like what the media wants us to pay attention to and everything like that. So this is definitely a person that moves to their own drum or whatever, the beat of their own drum or what have you, for sure. Reflection. Yeah, I think a lot of people, I think this is definitely my doers. Also because we have koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. I think this is probably my more spiritual group, just because he comes out like when there's just like a lot of, so you might be my healers, my energy, my light workers out there, and you definitely show people this reflection. I think you show people how much they can get done and how many excuses they make for themselves, right? And how many things that can happen, different ways you can make money, different ways that you can, get your work out there. It's just people's self-limiting beliefs that hold them down from actually getting things done. And I think you're one of my people that, like, you probably have like 3 gigs and working on an Oracle deck and all this other stuff, and like have a podcast and like working on a, like Alice over at Alice Love Exists. She's got so many channels, and she's just an inspiration, right? It's multiple streams of income. These are my people. That's what's intimidating, is that you actually know how to manifest. And what does manifest mean? It means putting in the work. And if you're going the right way, the universe will grease the skids for you. If you're going the wrong way, you're gonna get a tower. Like, it's, anyways. So yeah, I think you cause a lot of people to look at themselves and stop making excuses, or not like what they see in the mirror. We have the Singer of Healing. So you might attract a lot of weirdos just because you've got this energy, healing, love with pheromone thing coming off of you, right? So every narcissist in the county comes sniffing around, right? Because that empathic, that light, it's in your aura, and it's like yes, you're a sponge, but your aura's like a sponge, but you definitely attract a lot of people who need a lot of healing, right? Because I don't feel like you're very judgmental. And so a lot of people, I think, feel really safe with you. But then they want more of that without doing the work of like being able to provide that for themselves, right? So imagination clouds judgment. You know what? I think a lot of people have the wrong impression of you. I really think that they think that you maybe think that you're above them or something like that because you are so sensitive. I know that with me, a lot of people just don't realize I can't hang out in like certain environments, or else like I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I used to, and it just doesn't, in my sensitivities, it's just too much. And so, and I expose myself enough with the work that I do anyway. So I'm very, very cautious of where, and a lot of us people, it's very difficult to explain our sensitivities, and people are like, oh, you're just a weenie, or really, you just don't want to hang out with me. And so, yeah, I think a lot of people have like a really wrong impression of you, just because we have this, like, spirit also has a plan. I think you might be one of those people that are like meant to like slightly trigger people into looking into that mirror and seeing like where they can step up and be the queen and be the child. I think you show again, all of those facets that you can hang out and have a really great time, but then you can still be responsible and like be a boss bitch or boss man or whatever it is, pardon me, ish. And yeah, and so I think people don't realize, again, it's this whole like bait and switch. Like they think they're getting one thing with you, and then they realize there's so much more to you and so much more depth, and that you're paying attention, and that you realize like how people treat you. People just think that people forget like how people treat them, and they don't. Like it's the one thing that like people remember, right? So if you made me feel crappy, like I'm not gonna let you do that. Like if I let you do that to me again, then that's not my fault. It's not yours, right? Because I can't change your behavior, but I can change how I respond or react or interact with you or not, right? So that's on me. That's self-management, right? And being self-aware. And we've got the 7 of Swords. I think a lot of people just like skate out on you that are really like kind of backstabby, kind of shady, and try to pull out a lot of stuff with you because they want your attention, either because of what you radiate, that sweet honey love and pheromone stuff, of being a healer, or, you know, I'm sure there's probably a lot of hate, and I don't even like saying that word, but a lot of people, a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy, and I'm trying to keep, I want to, for you to know who the people are around you, but I want to keep the verbiage high vibe. So that's why we're saying this is why you intimidate people, and this is why people try and get away with things, because they just think you're like too good to be true, right? And they just want to see you pop off. Yeah, I'm sure you get a lot of that. So anyways, pile number 1, that was a lot of fun. Where are we at? Oh, right at 10 minutes. That's perfect. All right, that was fun. Man, I haven't done this in a while, and I feel like energy on me, right? I'm like, this isn't going to work. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna put my little protection spray. I've got my solstice, and I've got full moon water out there right now too. I'm very excited. So I'm making some potions. No, just some protection sprays and stuff. Okay, pile number 2. Let's get into it. All right, so what do people find? Ooh, interesting. I'm like already seeing, wow. I'm like, there's so much sadness in this one. Okay. There's so much water. Oh, it's hard for me to stay in this energy. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting with pick-a-cards the how big the energy shifts with the different piles. Okay, totally different person, that's why. Or energy. Oh yeah, very watery. Okay, so we're gonna start. So I think the biggest thing that people find really intimidating about you. Oh yeah, I'm getting intelligence off of this. I was gonna say like deep, like you're emotionally deep, you have the capacity, and they're like, no. Oh, emotion, oh, sorry. A lot of, you might be getting clear audience, because now all of a sudden my guides are super chatty. What did we just say? We just said, that you're deep, but oh, that your emotional IQ. Wow, this is a really, like this pile, I feel like you're very ADD. Yeah, I think you have a hard time, okay, yeah. So you have a high intelligence, emotional intelligence, regular intelligence, intelligence. Excuse me, you might have an allergy to flowers. Oh, those are fake. Oh, you might have an allergy to flowers. Okay, just take that as confirmation. That's weird, or bad allergies, because all of a sudden I'm getting these like, okay, I'm like, do I want to even stay on this? Okay, let's just get the reading over with. We have, I'm getting somebody's ailments. I forgot about this. It started happening. I was like, is this for real? Okay, anyways, whale. So you have, there's a lot to you. There's a lot of layers to you, but mostly it's this high intellect that a lot of people have no idea. You know, it's really, really interesting. I thought this was you, but I feel like a lot of people are sad around you. I feel like along with your intellect, I don't think you allow a lot of people into your energy. I feel like this is also another, yeah, because with the groundhog here, with the time to let go, you might hold a lot of grudges. That might be something, that's definitely something that I had to work through, some shadow work that I had to work through is holding grudges. And once you can let go of that, you can like forgive a lot of people. I know that seems like it would be, but like forgiving people makes you feel so much better. You should try it, it's amazing. Because then you can like let it go and then like be done with it. You don't forget, right? You still will remember how people treat you, you know, and act accordingly. But yeah, people tell you how they treat their belongings and how they treat the people around them as how they would treat people in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like your outer manifestation is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So here we have the tear. There's just all of this sad. I feel like the whale looks sad. I feel like Luminous Dune obviously is sad. Yeah, I think a lot of people, because there's this curiosity around you, and there's this Ten of Swords. Yeah, I think your cutoff game is like on point, whoever I'm talking to. Very intimidating, right? When people are like, oh, wait, I can't just treat this person terribly and expect them to like keep on talking to me or keep being a friend. You're like, no. Like, you did a terrible thing, and I don't like when people do that to me, so I'm no longer good to hang out with you because you hurt people. Like, right? Like, this is you. Like, your cutoff game, yeah, like, people don't get a lot of chances with you, even if more than one. And I think, yeah, you have a lot. Oh, it's eyes. It's all of these eyes that are sad, but they're on the outside. Curiosity. They want to know more about you, right? But I feel like a lot of people, like, let's see here, the offering. Oh, yeah, after you're gone. Yeah, see, more eyes, like looking through like a peephole. People don't have a lot of access to you. Here, the offering. And it's like, isn't that a weird offering though? It's like, what are they offering? There's all this like darkness, and they're coming into like this pink light offering like what, their negativity or their toxic. You're like, no, this is a high vibe pile. I'm hoping that the people that watch me, you know, tend to be higher vibe and are always looking to get, you know, into a higher vibe. Yeah, I feel like you definitely have like strong belief in yourself. I feel like this is my pile that doesn't look for validation outside of themselves. And the reason I think you are my loners. You are definitely my people that are very comfortable with being by yourself, and not letting people with this trying to come into and screw up your alignment, right? Because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So think about that. And if you don't hang out with people, it's who you listen to. So whoever, you know, newscaster, you know, if you spend a lot of time watching the news, you are the average of one of those people. And what does that mean? The words you're being what's the word? You're being influenced, okay, with the people that you listen to. Whatever goes in is what's going to come out, okay? So fire, yeah, I think people also realize something about you, that you have no problems popping off on somebody. I think that you have a very strong, people may see it as reckless or like really like out of nowhere, but I don't think just don't think that you walk around being mad all the time. So like when you are, it's just really different. A lot of people walk around like with the crappy look on their face. So, you know, like for me, I tend to smile almost all the time. I had to, as like it was an occupational hazard, like as a flight attendant. So you just get into the habit of it, like learning, you train yourself. Every time I walk under a doorway, I smile, you know, and then you start doing it. So now I just do it naturally. So when I'm not, it's very obvious that there's something going on with me. And I have no problems letting people know with my body language how I feel about them. So we have the fire, not about me, but I'm, you know, sitting here like definitely chanting, because I'm like, I had no idea I was going to be talking about this, but like, yeah, you have no problems popping off on somebody, and I think I think you take people aback, that people get taken aback because they don't realize that, that you had it in you, actually. Like, again, it's this belief, it's this 1111, like master number, self-mastery I'm getting from this particular pile. Yeah, you definitely have a lot of, and you know what? I think that the reason why you're allowed to spend all that time by yourself. Wow. Yeah, these are my people that have put boundaries up, because it's like, and you may have had some problems with people not having boundaries in your past, which is why they're so strong now, and they're kind of like on the outside peeping in. I hear peeping Tom peeping in. So you might have a lot of social media stalkers for sure, but not only is this other people's curiosity, but this is your curiosity. I think that you have a lot of interests and you know how to entertain yourself, so you don't have to look for entertainment in other people, like always like constantly, you know, hanging around trying to have a conversation because they want to suck your energy, right? Energy vampires, like this, that, the other, and they're just taking your energy and versus you keeping your energy to yourself and getting some shit done that you want to actually get done, right? All right, yeah, I feel like this is like a no-nonsense group. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you, pile 2. All right, whew. Let's go to pile 3. I'm just wondering if the energy's gonna change as much as it did last time. I am pushing through, and I am going to put a crystal on. I just feel like a lot of attention. I'm just going to keep that right there. Maybe the lapis lazuli. Let's put this in my lap. Right. Okay, energy. I wish I could burn some sage, but I can't. So it's the intention, right? But that's why I'm making that protection water. So let's see here. Pile number 3. This is your reading. Oh, welcome, welcome. I'm very excited. Oh, that's why I'm excited. I have Sandpiper Spirit. I love that. I'm like, oh, and we got the Friends card. Oh, oh. Why are you intimidating? Because you're sweet? Because you're a good person and people don't like good people because it makes them look bad? Yeah, this is my nurturing pile, right? So, like, first off, I think, like, you're just a great friend. I think that you're the person that, like, shows up for people. Like, you make plans, you stick to them, and if you don't stick to them, you make it up for it. You just don't leave people hanging. People always feel like they're in a great mood after hanging out with you. You also, I'm getting very Cancer vibes, just with, like, the person that always has, like, everything that you need in their purse. Right? They're like, oh, you need a Tylenol or a Band-Aid or a, like, I don't know, ice pick. Right? So yeah, you definitely have those vibes, like always prepared and always like going behind people and like cleaning up after them or helping like in the kitchen or at work or whatever. So yeah, just a real sweetheart of a person. I feel like you're just like super dependable as well. You might have a lot of earth in your chart because I'm starting to feel like this little bit of this, like this Taurus or Capricorns. People don't realize Capricorns are very nurturing. And the vow, yeah, like people just feel like your word is your bond, that you back up, that again, there's that, just that loyalty that I heard built-in trust. So I guess people, when they first meet you, they actually trust you from the get out versus the opposite way. A lot of people operate from a place where you have to earn trust with me. It just depends on how people approach me and which route I take, right? But yeah, this is just like your word is bond. You're good to go. You're a good man in a storm. And yeah, when people are around you, look at, there's just all of this. Like you've got a lot. I'm saying this is a pile right here that is manifesting right now. Like as they go, as they walk, whatever you think is happening. I bet you're having some things like, oh man, I love like snow cones, and then next thing you look at, there's like a snow cone shop like right around the corner or whatever. Or like you get hit in the head with one or something. Like I really feel like this. Oh, I'm starting to get really nauseous too in this group. I think there's a lot of energy with this group. This is a manifesting group. Whatever you're doing it right, because I've got this is a manifesting card, right? This egg that's about to hatch, rest and rejuvenation. This is what you make people feel, like you fill other people's cup. And it feels like you're filling your own as well, like friendship. Yeah, master number with the 22 here. If you've been seeing 222, this might be a sign for you as well. But we have here the Sandpiper Spirit, which a lot of people don't know this, but the Sandpiper Spirit is very resourceful. It waits for the wave to crash, and then it runs in and it gets all of the things that it needs. So very resourceful. Again, I'm getting those Capricorn vibes, right? Those earthy Taurian vibes here. I think you're very loyal as well. Like, you know, Tauruses tend to be like super loyal and like really possessive as well, those shadow Taurian or whatever. But I just like, yeah, I keep getting that good man in a storm. And like when people are around you, things happen. Like they feel like they're really lucky, like you're a lucky person to be around. Like your aura has got this golden like thing, and it attracts a lot too. But I feel like you have some pretty decent boundaries here, maybe not enough. We have also this 3 of Wands, which is like the wands. This is like the, you know, standing out on the shore in the typical tarot, or the Rider-Waite. He's standing on the shore looking, you know, waiting to see if the ships come in. Ships coming in means basically something is getting traction, right? So the 2 of Wands is like, we're going to start doing something and we're going to, you know, go forward with it. We're going to start doing it. The 3 of Wands means like, hey, it's like people are starting to pay attention, or maybe, you know, your social media is starting to get, you know, more traction, or whatever it is, or like you're starting to see like yourself improving, like when you're working out or whatever it is that means for you. It's like you are a person that gets things done. You, like, this is a manifestation card, right? You are a person that a lot of people want to be around and be your friend because, you know, they can go along for the right, you know, the coattails, the ride for the coattails or whatever. So just be careful of lurkers that are trying to steal your light and trying to steal your energy, right? But I feel like I'm talking to somebody that's like super, super well balanced and like I said, efficient. I'm like, I'm already done. Like, what else is there? I'm like, what are you, a Virgo? I'm like, I have nothing. Okay, that pile is really short. Shall I pick another? Let's get another. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to like cheat you out of the. Let's see if we can get one more card here. Oh, the one thing that people find intimidating about you. I'm like, yeah. I don't think a lot of people are intimidated by you. I think they more want to use you for, like, you know what I mean? Which your resourcefulness, your ability to make things bloom where you're at, using the things that you have at your hand or the things that you're able to get at your disposal, that can be very intimidating, right? Because you're not just stuck on like this, I only have this one job, and you know, and if I don't have it, like, it's the end of the world. You're like, I have 5 different gigs like going, and you know what I mean? And I think because you are that resourceful and you're very like happy and content, you're like a pig and ish, and like just doing your own thing or whatever, I think that's really intimidating there. But I feel like people more want to latch on to you because they think that you're going somewhere, and also good things happen around you, right? They feel like you're like a good luck charm, and they want to like, but that's them, like, not, it's them trying to ride on your energetic coattails and not doing the work themselves. Okay, so yeah, we got Turtle. You're the life of the party when you walk in and you're not toxic, right? So you're like a triple threat. You are definitely my triple threat because you're sweethearts, you're good to people, people believe you, people think that you're trustworthy, you're manifesting like a mofo, you're a great friend, like you're all around like a really good person, which is intimidating, right? Because people don't like just good people. They're like, there's got to be something bad about you. Yeah, like a freak in the sheets or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we all have our... yeah, I feel like this person, whoever I'm talking about here, is very polished. We're not talking about gender here. We're talking about like very, very like we're talking about energy, right? And so I think that, yeah, I think the way you present outside, I think these are my people that are really well dressed and really put together. And even though this looks like a nest, it looks like every single hair has been like, yeah, I'm getting, yes, super Virgo vibes. Just as how quickly I went through that. Usually in Virgo, I go really quickly. Gemini as well, but Virgo's a lot more succinct. And then this everything, yeah, like this getting like definitely a pile where some people might struggle with OCD. Yeah, like hyper focus, where before it was like someone was like not focused. Anyways, I think I'm like around the 8 o'clock mark, whatever, the 8-minute mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. All right, pile 3, that was a lot of fun. Or was that pile 2? That was pile 3. Yeah, all right. Pile number 4, and then we will be done. I was so nervous to do this. It's been a really long time since I've been able to like sit down and get in front and like enjoy the lighting and have enough sleep and like not worry about what's going on here and just get a lot of work done, which yeah. So pile number 4, well, let's see what we've got here. All right, I've got this big smile on my face. That's so funny. I'm like, who are you, pile number 4? Remembrance. So I'm getting like a very 6 of Cups. Okay. Why are you intimidating to people? Well, first off, it looks like it says triumph over adversity. So I think that you've had just a lot of crap that you've gotten over in your life, you know. You could have people like kind of hating on you, like people that have known you for a really long time or from your hometown is what I'm getting. Ooh, I'm like, something's going on with your digestive system. I was like, I think you need to eat more fiber. Yeah, triumph over, I don't know whoever that's for, but like all of a sudden I just feel like I ate like a big ball of cheese or something like that. It's very weird. Like I'm just imagining like mozzarella. Okay, triumph over, yeah, so I think that you're intimidating because a lot of people haven't like just walked through the fires like you have, right? Like that's intimidating, and just like you being able to like overcome and be a warrior over something that they think that maybe they wouldn't be able to, or not do it as graceful. I feel like, yeah, I've got this person, this feeling, this person's very graceful. See, I'm already trying to like change I feel like I'm talking to like a straight up Libra or something. Yeah, a Libra or a Taurian, right? I got that Venus, like all of a sudden I'm very self-conscious of like my angles, and that's funny. Oh yeah, so you are graceful and you make it look good. So there's a lot of things that have happened to you in your life, and a lot of things that you've gone over, but you don't look like, there's some people you're like, oh, they've had a hard life. Or they rode hard and hung up wet, you know? I know that's bad. But, you know, some people, like, live their life. I did, even, you know, when I was almost 300 pounds. You know, I looked much older than I do now, you know? So, anyways, we have the bear. I think people also think that you're overbearing. I honestly don't think that you're overbearing. I think they think that you're, like, feeling like too much, like all of a sudden like they feel like you're better than them or something like that, and I don't think that's that is. I think that you're just, I think you don't care. I think you're laid back. I was gonna say, because sometimes bear in reverse is like just an overbearing like type of whatever, but here I feel like you just don't care. I think that's what's intimidating about people, because you're cut again. This isn't necessarily a cutoff. This is more of a, you're not a blip on the radar, because I am busy. I don't think that, yeah, okay. Do you see how, like, yeah, I'm definitely an air sign, like an Aquarius, Libra, or possibly a Virgo, but, or Gemini, but I'm definitely getting this Libra, like, are you still talking? All right, Libra. Oh, I mean, okay, not Libra. All right, whoever I'm talking to, the Venusian in there, I love it. Because, yeah, look, because I used 4 different tarot decks just to make sure if I got, like, a second, because I did get 2 Seven of Swords from 2 different decks. And you see, like, the artwork is really different. In this one, she's, like, her hair's put together. Her hair? Well, I am in Texas, but that was funny. That was a weird channeling. Her hair is like all put together. She's all put together, and she's like, I'm taking these swords and I am out of here. Like, I always get this like foster kid vibe, like this, you know, child warrior that's just always had to like fend for themselves and raise the kids around them and all this other stuff. And like, this is just like, oh yeah, like I can walk away on a drop, on a dime. Yeah, I'm getting foster kid vibes really strongly there, actually. And like, yeah, with this dagger, like, don't you see? I'm not hiding it. Like, there's a dagger in my hand. Don't come close. Yeah, I have this fight, this adversity, this bear and remembrance. Yeah, you're like, no, I know exactly who you are. Because like narcissists, they may come in different packages. Or people that are just completely absorbed, you know, and people, there's a spectrum when we talk about narcissists. So I don't want to like get into that whole whatever, because there's a really big, and we all have narcissistic tendencies that can come out and can be, you know, like caused from stress and everything like that, like, you know, or just, you know, too much self-absorption will actually do that as well. You know, we have to like work on our EQ and our self-awareness, right, and work on our shadow qualities so that we can be a better person and raise our vibration so we can attract cooler shit. I'm like, seriously, it's just like, for me, it's like math. I was never into this like spirituality thing, like at all. Like, it found me. So I like the man, life can be a little easier when I like decide to go and float downstream instead of like fighting the universe, you know. And like, yeah, be here now. You have a really, really high vibration. I think a lot of people have a hard time being around you. I think you're definitely a person that makes people really, really uncomfortable. I'm also getting this, yeah. And, oh wow, yeah, Tatum the Sylph. This is like, I remember Adelina Bond. She talked about this, Tatum the Sylph being a 360-degree handbrake, like stop in the wrong direction. I think people really, really think that they know who you are. I feel like, yeah, I'm getting this Libra, but I think this is my very, like, not to say everybody's beautiful, but I think you are more than normally beautiful. That might have been a problem like when you were as a child and, you know, growing up. But I definitely feel like I've just got, and it's not physicality too, it's like energetic, it's like how you hold yourself energetically. So like if you're in the grocery store and people are like following you like nobody's business or whatever, and you keep like, it's because you're vibing really high, and you can see how high people have a hard time hanging around you. Yeah, I think, but I think you really change people's minds. Like they were thinking one way and they meet you and they're thinking another way about whatever it is, whether it's diet and exercise. Wow, did you see that blip? Whatever it is, I think that you really turn people on their heads about what they believe, you know, like, because there's threshold here. We've got this threshold. It's like these people, you might also be my healers as well, but I think you're more a catalyst than the healers. Yeah, I think you're more of a catalyst. I don't know if you're necessarily a healer, but I think you're a person that pushes people past their limits, whether it's because they can't stand you. I think that people will either love you or hate you. And I don't feel like you really like let people be in the dark about how you feel about them. You either love them or hate them. I feel like I'm just talking to a very, like, yeah, you could just see, I'm just like, see? Very funny. But just a no-nonsense kind of, I think people just always know where they stand with you, which is appreciated, but I think it also, like, I could just see boundaries. I think it really pushes people outside of their norm of, like, like, if she won't let me treat her like this, then what have I been doing with this other person that's been treating me like this, like, my entire life, right? It really shows people, like, you have a lot of self-love and you stand up for yourself, but it pushes people's buttons for sure. And I'm just getting all this heat. I feel like there's just like, yeah, not only like is that like just like that solar plexus, like what's the other chakra? I can't remember. I can't access that part of my brain right now. But yes, like there's this confidence, right? This inner confidence, but I think there's this inner conflict with other people. I think they get really triggered by you and with your confidence, and they may think that, again, I'm getting those like the better than you vibes, and I don't think that that's it at all. I think that you're just very particular, and you have no problems like taking care of yourself. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, okay, that's another thing that's intimidating about you is that you take the time for self-care, and it shows, and you glow, and nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take it. It shows, like, your health shows, like, how you take care of yourself shows in how you show up in the world, right? And so when you start, people are like, oh, it's, you know, a glow up or whatever, or what are you using, what foundation? It's like an inner glow. It's like from the inside out that people can't get if they're terrible people. I don't care how much makeup you have. Like, it's definitely a vibrational thing that I found in being around people. You know, some people, like, especially like up in Sedona and stuff, you find a lot of people where you're just like, oh, wow, you're gorgeous, and I can't put my finger on it, and it's just like this inner glow. Anyways, so that was fun. Pile number 4. We got them all. I'm very proud of myself. It was a little bit of an energetic threshold for me just to get back on the horse and do this. So thank you so much. If you like this content, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up. It helps my messages get out with the algorithm and with the universe. And yeah, it just helps me out a lot. And please consider subscribing. And if you're interested in readings, my info should be you can just Gmail, daughterofwintarot@gmail. And I don't know how long I'm going to be doing readings. I think this might be the last year that I'm offering them. I know it's a year, but I mean, we're already halfway through the year, and I don't know if I'm just gonna see how the next 6 months goes with the energy. And my being able to, you know, properly, sometimes when I'm at Airbnbs, the hosts are there, and I just try and, you know, mitigate circumstances, especially because I'm traveling and I'm living in Airbnbs. So I try not to freak people out. But my guys here know what I do, and as long as I'm not exposing them to it, they're, you know, because they're, you know, two pastors, so, but they respect what I do, and I appreciate that. I don't think they quite believe me. I think they think I'm a little, but I'm fantastic doing the Airbnb stuff for them, so they're happy about that. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? Oh, readings, yes. So yeah, just go ahead and email me. I usually, you know, look at it every couple of days. Give me about 7 days to get that, just because the energy, we've got a lot of people in and out of here, so I want to give you the best reading I possibly can, so I want to give myself the time to do that. So anyways, I love y'all. Please go ahead and follow me over on TikTok and Twitter and Clapper and all that good stuff, and Instagram. All right, and we will see you for the next one. I'm excited. I think I might do like a what's the tea? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know in the description box some whatever the words are, like things that you'd like to see, readings, pick cards you'd like to see. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all. Bye.